Hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Are you guys doing fantastic? Yeah? I hope you are. I'm doing really good. We are back for another video. Quick announcement, we do have memberships open, so if you want to become a channel member, you can download any of the files on this channel and print them at home. So it's very, very cool. And a couple people were asking how to join. There's a join button to the right-hand side of the subscribe button. It just doesn't show up if you're on the iOS, like the Apple YouTube app. So otherwise, you'll see a join button to the right of the subscribe button. There we go. I got that out of the way. Let's get into the project, guys. That's what we're here for. Okay, we have a viewer request, which is awesome. And it's a really good one that I've been thinking about myself a lot lately, too. It's like an action figure with breakaway limbs or joints, like movable joints that also snap on and off. And I've actually been thinking about it for a few weeks now. I just haven't done it. So it was such a perfect idea. So it's time to finally do it. I think I have an idea for an awesome breakaway joint, guys. Let's just see if it works, though, you know? So honestly, what we're going to do then is we're just going to make a very dummy, like almost like a crash test dummy action figure, like just basic shapes to see if this works. And if it does, then I'll print, you know, I'll add a whole bunch of detail to one so it looks like a cool action figure, you know? Wouldn't that be cool? So basically, let's pretend that this is his torso, okay? Sure. We'll pretend this is a torso. Yeah, we'll just use some of these to kind of visualize if the joint will work. Let me show you how we're going to make the joint. We might as well just build it first, actually. So it's going to be like a ball joint. Ball socket. Yeah, a ball and socket. And this is what I'm picturing, guys. So we're going to have the ball snap into the joint. Oh my gosh, I'm so smart. So how are we going to do that? Like this. Duplicate. We are going to make this one bigger. Okay, so we got two balls here. I could have left them lined up, but let's line them up. Oh, I see. Darn it. Okay, we want to lower the big one. Okay, I wanted the this one sticking up. Okay, so see, we're gonna have the small ball fit into the bigger ball joint, but looks like we should trim the top of this off first. Let's do that. So let's snip the top of this joint off here. Okay, how much do we want to snip off? More than this. Right there. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's group these together so it snips that off. There we go. And then we're going to turn this... Well, let's just duplicate it and bring one over. But turn it into a hole. Because, see, we're going to cut into this to make our... Ooh, we're going to have to drop it way down, though. Okay, let's make this outer one transparent by hitting T. Then we can see in there. Oh my gosh, I put it like perfect. Okay. Okay. Now, this is the main thing we're going to do. So see, right now, the ball would fit in there pretty much. I might make the ball a little smaller. But, so if we hollowed this out, the ball would fit in there, but it would not snap in and out because this is going to be too rigid and small. Like the circle, this opening is going to be too small for the ball to fit in. But I had a cool idea to remedy that. We're going to make two cuts At least 2. Yes, we're going to do 2. We're going to do 2 cuts like this, guys. Oh, you know what? We're going to actually make them kind of wide, and I'll explain that later why we want this kind of wide. Okay, we're just going to try it like this. Okay, how far do we want it to cut through though, you know? Let's think. Let's just have a look at what it looks like with this. We can always hit the back button. So let's line these up right here. Okay, and then we're actually going to... Actually, we should have lined it up both ways. Okay, and now we're going to duplicate this big rectangle and spin it. So it'll actually be cut in 2 directions like this. Okay, see, you guys following? So now, when we group this all together, we're going to have this awesome shape like this. And you know what? If anybody viewed the golf ball grabber video, did you guys see that? I made a golf ball picker upper. Oh, it's so funny. Because I've actually went and hunted and collected golf balls. It's fun. And this is kind of how the golf ball picker upper works. So let's visualize. We would probably make this... Well, actually, I want it kind of tight, so we don't even have to make this ball smaller. Let's just leave it the same size that it is. Here, you know what? Let's make it a different color so we can visualize better. Let's line it up. We'll just keep it like that. Wow. Okay, let's turn this transparent so we can see. Okay, and here's what you do then. To adjust the tension, like let's say it's too hard to snap this in. Then all you have to do, because I've dealt with this before with the golf ball grabber. Here, let's duplicate it and move it over. See, we're almost done with the joint already. That's cool. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm excited. I'm visualizing. Okay. All you have to do to make it easier to snap in and out is snip more off the top. So all we have to do is, like, you get what I'm saying? Just cut more off the top like this. See, even like this will still hold the ball in. As long as you don't go past the halfway mark. See, I'm looking at this little edge right here. So even right now, the ball would fit and stay in really gently. Because see, it's starting to curve back right here. But we want it to snap in and stay pretty strong. It depends how hard you want it to snap in. So let's cut this one off like this. If I was smart, I would test them first. Which I really should do. But let's kind of keep going here and see how... Oh yeah, we have to finish things. Like, I want to see how they are attached to the model and the motion that we'll get. Okay, let me think here. This one might be too hard. I think we're going to go with this second one. We're going to keep this one, though. Here, you know what? Let's keep the ball... Okay, we're going to keep that one off to the side, but I think we're going to use this one. I have a feeling this one's still going to be hard to push the ball in. Maybe not, though. We're going to try it with this one. With my golf ball grabber experience, I think this is going to be the one. Okay, and then here's the other cool part. Okay. Let's grab a cylinder. We're going to put it right here. We're going to make it smaller. Let's make it smoother. Make it purple. Okay, let's make sure it's narrower than this. Let's make it just... I guess we gotta go smaller movements here. Let's make it as big as we can, but so it still fits between this. That's too tight, too tight. Okay, I like that. Cause, guys, here's what's gonna happen. If we use these as our connection point, like let's say for an arm, the arm's gonna have motion, really far motion in two separate directions because it's going to be able to spin. Like when the arm bends down. Here, you know what? Here's a good way to picture it. I'll use the cruise feature. Okay, like this. So when you move the arm down, it usually would have hit the rim of the circle right here. So you wouldn't get that much motion. But in two different or four directions actually, you're going to get a whole bunch of motion because the arm's going to be able to keep swiveling down like this into that crack. And then see if you move the arm in this direction, you'd be able to move it down that same way, down that crack. Isn't that cool? Okay, let's put this, let's position this up on the top here. Let's kind of see how it would connect. This is going to be very cool, if it works. So see then, let's see if you would have to add anything to the bottom of that ball, or if you would just kind of slap it onto stuff, you know? So let's make this a little bigger and blue. So you get what I'm saying? We could maybe just do shoulders like this. Oh my gosh, that's cool. Oh, I see. We might have to ungroup it. Because see, look at this. So see, that's sticking through. See this? So the best way to do this would be to leave it ungrouped. So see, we could go like this, ungroup it. Oof. I know what we'll do. I gotta ungroup it again. We need that cutout back. Oh, we could have just used the same ball. Okay, sorry, I'm confusing myself and other people, probably. Oh, duh, that's going to be an easy remedy, guys. Since we're making the ball the same exact size, all we'd have to do to cut that then would be to duplicate. So now we have two balls here. So we're turning that duplicate into a hole. See? And now we just select what we want it to cut into. So the big body here. So let's do that. Let's group it. So see now, if we slid this out, oops. If we slid this out, see the ball joints cut into there. Yep. Oh, beautiful. So we can easily do that to help do the ball joints. Oops, but before I did that, we should have positioned these cracks where we want them. Because see, or actually, I do like where the cracks are. Because look, the arms would be able to swing way forward and also way down and pretty far up, almost straight up. So actually, I'm perfectly happy with that. So what would we do? So we literally could just duplicate. And then we'll hit the mirror function. Okay, we already got two shoulders here. And we could use the same joint for everything. Like the legs. Okay, let's literally just duplicate and slide one down. Whoops. You know what? I need my big movements back for now while we're doing this part. Okay, so why don't we see, we could tilt it up. See, then you can position them where you want. Do we want these ones down? Let me think. How would we do two close to each other? So yeah, the legs would be able to go into the splits or forward and backwards, which is perfect. What would happen if two were connected? Okay, we can't have the balls hit. Okay, that sounds funny. So we would have to keep them far apart enough that, like, these parts could hit, I think, but not... Here, I'm going to mirror it. Yeah, this would be better. Because, look, if we added a bunch of, like, decorations and stuff, that would cover all that anyway. And, guys, you would just keep going, like... So, there we go. We have... Oh, my gosh, we could do a head joint, too. Let's just keep going. Duplicate? We're kind of cruising, aren't we? So, see, we could do one like this for his head. See, we can't put this too far down or we're not going to have the flex. We need these tabs to be able to flex. I could tell this is not straight, but it's okay. Okay, there we go. So I should literally just put... We should just put a little crash test dummy head on him. Just a little blank head so it looks like a humanoid, not a robot. That looks wacky. Okay, that's awful. Let me think, though. Maybe we should do the head different. Yeah, that's kind of weird. That is really weird. Or do we like that? Here, let me think about it for a little bit here. Let me try something real quick. This is probably stupid, but that's okay. Stupid stuff is fine. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this. I'm making a quick little cutout here. So I'm just going to make a little tube cutout. Like this. Okay. See what I made? I made this. Now I'm going to turn it into a hole. And now let's bring it up here. I might try a little cut real quick here. I'm wondering if I could cut a little bit of a neck, but still have the ball joint work. So let's raise this up to here. Okay, and group. See? Maybe that wasn't too stupid. I don't know. Okay, let me line up the head quick. Just for now. Oh, I think that's cool. So look, we still have a head that'll snap in. Here, I'm gonna call this good because I'm gonna cut down into here. So I'm gonna duplicate this part and turn it into a hole, and then select the body because I want this to cut down into the body here. Group. Okay, so see if I move this, we can look. See, it's cut down in now. So yeah, maybe that'll work. So you know, we'll have a head that'll be able to kind of tip at any direction a little bit. Oh my gosh, I should have made this post the same size as these. Oh, I should have made the post so it'll fit in there. Duh, what was I thinking? Here, ungroup. See, now we'll be able to tilt the head super far down. And sideways and backwards. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, let me line it up here. Boom, boom. There we go. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, so basically I'm just going to finish. All I have to do is finish putting this guy together. So I'll do a little time lapse. But see, I can literally just do stuff like... it's already got a hole in it. Well, you'll see. I'm just going to do the time lapse, guys. Because I'm just going to add some arms. They're going to look just like the body, pretty much. And I'll add arms and legs, and we'll figure out how to disassemble it for printing. Because we're going to have to print it disassembled. So, all right, let's do a little time lapse here. Let's be so for real, guys. This looks incredible! Oh my gosh, this is so cool! Did I just blast somebody's ears out? Dude, it looks like my robot son. Oh my gosh, his name's Tim Tim, which in binary robot language, that translates to beep boop beep boop. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I hope it works. So let's take a look. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 movable joints. So we didn't do like movable hands. So we just got the one giant finger, just ball hands. Well, we could have done a little something, but you know what? For the test robot, not robot, for the test figure, I think that'll be okay. Or should we do... I can't decide. I guess there's all kinds of ideas. Okay, honestly, for the test, we got to test if this actually works. So we don't care about the details of the hands. Also, the feet, these will print separate, so we can't have them touching like this. So here's what we have to do. Wow, that is not centered at all. This is not grouped, is it? Beep, boop, beep. You have to be centered or people will think you're not human. There you go, Tim Tim. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is make sure everything's cut. We got to disassemble. But make sure everything's got its sockets cut, okay? Number Johnny 5. So, see, we already cut this socket, right? See how this is cut into the body? So that one's done. So, does that mean we could disassemble that, right? These two are going to get printed together. Oof. It'll be a little bit of a challenge to print everything. But here, let's group these two because they're going to be printed together anyway. Let's just disassemble and group stuff we have to as we go. So I'm going to put this over here and hit D to drop it. Uh-oh. Was there just 2 necks? That's... No, I didn't select his neck. Sir, you have to have a neck if you want to look like a human. There you go, Tim Tim. Okay, let's drop this down. D. Okay, so his head and neck is done white. Okay, there was 2 necks. Let's get rid of one. So that part's perfectly fine. So now we have to see all this body is going to be one chunk, but we have to select all these cutouts and group it with the body, okay? So let's select that one, this one, and the body. And this. Oops, and these. Oh my gosh. We got to select a lot of stuff. Okay, we can hit group. So see, that's cutting the socket into the body on all these. Here, let's look at it. See? Oh, beautiful. We did it. Okay, so this can get laid down. I haven't decided how I want to print that yet, but let's just drop it. It's definitely going to need some supports, but that's okay. So let's put that down there. Okay, same with these. We just have to select the cutout and this and this. See? Oh, and I guess this too. Oh, yeah. Right? Yes, that's correct. Okay, group. Okay, see? That's all. That all is just one object. Okay, so we need two of them. That's the upper arm. Let's drop it back here. And we can duplicate it and slide it out. Because, see, we could just do... The two arms and legs are the same. So, see, we got two upper arms set down there. These can group. Okay, we'll do... Should we start turning it blue? Okay, let's drop it. This is the two lower arms. So see, so yeah, we have the two lower arms. Because see, we could just delete this other one. Okay, delete. We could do the same thing with the legs. Okay, so we have the upper arm, lower arm, head. This is that extra part that we might need if the joint doesn't work. Okay, so let's do the same thing with the legs here. Let's select this, and the cutout. And group. Okay. Disassemble. Oh, I forgot to select that. I still don't know if I'm going to print these up on their side or what, but let's just take it apart for now. Okay, duplicate that because that's two upper legs. Bam. And then all of these get grouped. That will definitely print like that. Okay, yep, two of these here. So see, we can delete this one then. Okay, so let's line this up. We got, it'll be fun assembling him afterwards. Here, let's turn that blue. Oh my goodness, guys. Like I said, it's going to need supports. I just got to figure out the best way to set these. I might have them print on a raft. No, I don't know. I haven't decided. There we go. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. And you know what? We're going to send this to the printer once I'm ready for how I want to set this up. But if this works and everything functions how it's supposed to, then we're going to jump back in and decorate and add detail to one of these models to make a true action figure. Awesome, guys. Let's send this to the printer and do that quick test.
Guys, what happened? What did you do? What's this? You guys were supposed to be watching. That's why I thought the camera was set up. Okay. So, obviously, the printer nozzle knocked off a couple parts, and it just kept printing because I wasn't watching. That's okay though, because this is just a prototype. Because if the joints work, we're going to add details and then reprint it anyway. So I purposely had my brim settings like pretty far away from my models. So see, it popped right out of the brims, you know. So see the because I like when the pieces pop off like this, and I don't have to struggle to take the brim off. But obviously the brim's no longer doing its job if they're coming off. Okay, whatever. So, ooh, some of these come off pretty easy. We have enough here. There. Look, we have one of the arm sockets, and that would be one of these big ones. So, oh my gosh, should we just try it, guys? Let's see what happens. Yes! First try, guys. Look. Oh my gosh, look! Dude, it works, the movement. First try. And it's got a nice snap. I think we can even, I'm trying to think of like how a kid would want it. I'll probably have to do it a whole bunch of times to make sure it doesn't get too loose. If anything, we could do it a little bit tighter. Listen to that snap though. And look, we've got full motion there. See, it's fitting right in our crack, just like we thought. So see, it can go all the way down, all the way up, all the way forward, and like a robot, all the way back. Wow, I'm so happy. Okay, let's try our head out. Let me get these supports off of here quick. Okay, let's see if the head joint fits. Yeah. Oh wait, this head joint's kind of loose. Is it because of the flat spot? Let me see. Oh yeah, that flat spot. See, that's what I wasn't quite sure. Okay, we'll have that come. It still works. See? It's a little loose though. Oh, duh, look. This is a ring of the supports. Whatever. Okay, so let's make that joint tighter. Let's test out the smaller leg joints. Let me pop. Oh, here. Let's use one of these. Wow, these turned out really nice. Let me pop the supports out of here. Okay, these smaller ones were really kind of weak. So I'm not, dude, see, these break off too easy. So now we learned a lot. I need to make them at least as beefy as these big ones, because that one's actually really nice. So that's good. That's what a prototype is for. So, and it's kind of annoying taking these supports out, but I guess that's all, that's going to be part of it. Okay, yeah, let me see if these clean up good enough to work. Okay, so getting the supports, look, I'm just making a huge mess. You guys want to buy this? Getting the supports out of these is not fun. I end up just breaking. Hey, wait, this one's going to come out now that I'm showing you. Well, I got most of that one out. So I learned that I'm going to try whenever possible. Will this leg fit in here? Oh, there's still some support stuck in there. Whenever possible, I'm going to print these, even if it has a circle, even if it's like this, I'm going to print this part up, and I'll just put the, I'll put the sphere down with a little flat spot on it. And we're going to make these thicker, because look, and we're going to make them snap in a little harder. And I think we have all the information we need to do our keeper and action figure. Okay. We made a mess, but we learned a lot, so it was worth it. And you guys are going to buy this. You said you're going to buy it. All right, let's go to the time lapse.
All right, guys, real quick before we start the time lapse, let's go over what we learned. Let's ungroup this. Okay. It's been a couple days for me, so I got to refresh my brain. Okay, so we're going to print them like this. These small ones are too small, and honestly, I think I might almost start over in a way. we'll see. I'm going to take one of these apart. I want this a little thicker, and we can make them a little, we can make these parts a little taller. So the ball will snap in. Well, here, let's ungroup this one. There. Can we do it one more time? I'm going to kind of start over. Yeah, right here, like this. So what we could do is, here, this can be, so see, we can make this taller. Wow, you know what? Can we get away with the full size original? That's what I'm going to do. Oh. And then we're going to ungroup this. Oh my gosh, we're really going back. I'm going to make it a little thicker also. So I think the ball joints I'm going to make smaller. So let's see this ball here. Let's make this a little smaller. Oh my goodness, not that small. Wow, we need different movements here, smaller movements. There, that's beefy. That's beefy. I want my action figure to be beefy. Okay, can we group this? Yes, all we have to do is we got to make another copy of the ball. And we'll raise it up. And that will be our solid ball that fits in there. Bam. And then we will just go like... There we go, guys. See, I wanted to show you that quick because the time lapse is cool, but it goes really crazy and fast. And you're like, but what? It's hard to see what happens, you know. Let's see what this looks like quick, and then we'll rock it. I'll just kind of delete everything. I'll use some of these parts, but we're going to kind of start over. Because now we know what we're doing. Look at how nice and beefcake that is. Is that beefcake? Ooh. If I was really smart, I might even add a little support right here. Because that was the weak point. I broke a couple off right here when I was dinking with them. So I should add a little support here before we start on all of this stuff. So, all right, guys, let's kick into the time lapse. Alrighty, there we go. How do you guys like him? His name is Brakeman Soldierton. Is that a good name? Because he breaks away, so he's Brakeman, and he's kind of like a soldier dude. I don't know if he's a robot or a cyborg or if he's got a metal suit on. I don't know. It almost looks like he's got little human face in there, but I don't know. He's just cool. Here, let's look at the back. He's got his little pack on there so he can breathe on the moon. He's got some big old metal fists that are gonna come off. Oops! Did you guys see that? Here, let's pull one off here quick. So see, we have some that hopefully they'll fit on afterwards. We're gonna dissect him and print him all separate. So these should fit on there, and then we'll have all of our nice movable joints. Everything's scaled pretty well. I think he's really cool. I hope everything prints good. I'm very confident about our joints. The joints look really nice. Look, I even added a little curve right here. See this? All the way around. So when you, when you push the ball into there, it'll hit that angle and help pop these open, It'll make it easier to pop them in. But I think they're going to be real strong and awesome. So we'll print this guy kind of medium size, so them, print nice and sturdy. You'll see the joints too have extra plastic now on them also. Here, I have one over here to look at. I saved one. So see, yeah, did you guys see I added a ring on the joint right away and then did the cuts again. So see, there's extra support there at that weak spot. So yeah, I think we got it, guys. Let me dissect this fellow, and I'm going to try to keep all these weird joints up. Even if I have to print it on a raft with supports, I'm going to keep the, these delicate parts of the joints up and the balls down, okay? Let's send Mr. Brakeman to the printer.
Alrighty, guys. We got through it successfully. It's looking really good, actually. Let me quick point out something. I've had some people asking me about the infill that I use. So I will point out the infill that I use on each of the printouts that I do. But let me explain something and the reason why I don't really point it out most of the time. So I busted this open so we could see the inside of it. So the more important thing to point out that I'd like to point out is the shell count. So the shell count is how many shells the printer prints. I like to use high shell counts, a lot of times 8. So most of the time a default setting on your slicer will only be like a 2 shell count. So a really thin little shell. And then, then you are dealing with your infill after that. But if you have a nice thick shell like this, it'll make a lot of your small parts really strong and solid, and these big middle parts that are just kind of big open voids, that will be just for your infill. And in that case, the reason why I don't really bring up the infill, because that's just personal preference, except if it's a model that's going to be under load or under a lot of pressure or stress, because a high infill can make it stronger. But for the most part, it's all up to you. You could do any infill you want. I could have done this 10%, 80%, 50%. This is about 20%. So in general, I usually just go 8 shell count, 20% infill. Like, I just do that all the time. But if I accidentally print it in 15% or 35, it doesn't matter. It's all up to you about how heavy you want your models to feel. If you want your models to kind of have a heavier, like, quality feel, you could do like a 50% infill or something. But by having these 8 shell counts, this real thick, sturdy shells on everything, it gives them a heavy feel anyway. So it's really nice. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys. And I will try to remember to point out, but it's going to be the same a lot. This is a 8 shell count with 20% infill. So see all these small parts, these are all printed solid because of my 8 shell count. The only infill is in the very center of these big parts. Okay, one more thing. I decided to split the body into 2 pieces.
because I wanted all of these sockets pointed upwards, except these two arm ones. There's nothing I could do about that. But I didn't want any of these sockets pointed down and filled with supports. So I decided to cut the body into two pieces and face them upwards. So I'm just going to glue these with a little dab of clear glue, and you won't even see the line, I bet. And I also did a brim, a 10 millimeter brim, to make sure these stay on, because look, they're probably just barely on there, you know? Because remember, the printer knocked one off that other time. And unfortunately, I'm using a 0.6 nozzle, but it actually did a pretty decent job for being a big nozzle. So let me get all this stuff cleaned up. And I did also use supports. So see, this is all supports I have to get off without breaking it. And let's check. Oh yeah, this feels heavy. See, with them 8 shell counts, this thing is almost solid. There's probably just a hollow cavity in there and a little one in the middle of the ball. So it gives a nice heavy look. You could also go a 6 shell count. 8 might be overkill, but I like it. Let me get it all cleaned up, and I'll bring you guys back for the first test. I won't cheat. We got to see if this fits, guys. Boop. Uh-oh, I dropped something. Here we go. Look it. We have a puzzle. Oh my gosh, that was kind of tedious getting the supports off, being nice and gentle, which I wasn't because I busted this little tab. So this one's a little ugly because I melted it back on there, but I think it'll be okay. Also, you can see my line where I glued it. So editor, please edit out where I said you won't see the line. You won't even see the line, I bet. Thank you, editor. You will get a raise next Christmas. Okay, what else was I going to say? This would have printed it would have printed better if I had a 0.4 nozzle, but I was using a 0.6 nozzle because that's all I have right now. I've been burning through 0.4 nozzles on these FlashForge printers, and they're $35 each. The stupid quick change nozzles. Here, let me show you one if you haven't seen one. It's a really cool idea and concept because you can just go click, click. They just snap in and out in a second, but they're 35 bucks. So I've blown through like 6 of them. That's $230. I could buy a refurb printer for that much. So when I get a new printer, I'm definitely going to consider the cost of the nozzles, you know? Okay, whatever. Stop talking. Okay, I got this pretty cleaned up. It was a difficult, I say this was a pretty difficult print. So members, if you want to print this, do it at your own risk. Use brims and supports. And here's one other thing I screwed up, guys. I forgot to take the fists off. So my fists are stuck on there. I was supposed to have took them off and laid them separately on the beds. That was my whole point, but I forgot to, so that's okay though. Before I save the file, if anybody wants to print it, I will make a few changes. Like I'll fix the fists and stuff. Okay, here, moment of truth. Uh-oh, which one's the legs? Well, this is part of the leg. Look, it's like a puzzle. Probably these bigger ones. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. Perfect. Did you hear that? Holy cow, it's strong. Listen. Oh my gosh, motion. Look it. This is all worth it. Look, even, can your legs bend like this? Well, actually, mine are kind of bendy like that. Maybe not this way, though. Oh my gosh, look it. We got full robo motion. Oh my gosh, this is actually perfect. That's way better than I thought even. What's cool is because it's kind of textured and stuff, so it stays. That motion is amazing. Okay, let's keep going here. Let's put them all together. So this is kind of fun because you could actually use the arms as the legs. I don't even know. I might be putting them together wrong. Are these all the same, basically? Whatever. Okay, snap and snap. And then here, let's try it here. Snap is... Oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. This was worth it. It really holds strong. Okay, arms. Boom. And boom. Oh, wow, that's strong. Robo, I already forgot his name. What was his name? Brakeman. Brakeman Soldierton. Oh, this is going so well. Okay, yeah, here.
Oh, whoops. Is that the wrong? This is the wrong one. Goes on this hand. Brakeman Shoulderton. Oh, he's just the best in the world. Okay, and this one here. Where's your thumb, buddy? Oh, listen to that satisfying click. Here, listen. Brakeman. Oh my gosh, look at his joints, guys. We could do a stop motion animation. Too bad this project's already taken me like 3 days. Should I add another day and do a stop motion? Oh my gosh, maybe for a separate video. Okay, my GoPro ceased to record. I don't want to set off the voice. I must have said a trigger word to make it stop. Okay, one last thing just ahead. Oh my gosh, this is the best. Please. Oh, this is the one I broke. I hope this fits. Oh, it's tight. Look it. Hello? Dude? Hello? Oh, this did break again. Oh, well, that's okay. I can reprint the body if I wanted to. Oh my gosh. This is so great. Look, he's waving. We could do a stop motion with this dude. Oh, that light is so overexposed. Let me move him back. Ah, oh, geez. Yeah, this printer's got a really bright light in it. I wonder if it'll dim down. I could probably adjust that in editing. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely fantastic, guys. Definitely going on the... Oh yeah, let's look at the back. We got some good details here. Definitely going in the Hall of Fame shelf for sure. And oh yeah, one more change I'll make for the members that want to print this. Instead of having to glue this, I'm just gonna have a peg that prints separate, and there'll be a hole in both sides. So you'll just put a peg in between them, and you know what? Then he'll be able to swivel. His chest will be able to swivel like robot style, like this. Doot, 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 doot. Oh my gosh. This is just the awesomest thing. Yeah, I'd say we have a new like top 10 print of 2025. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Bye-bye. See you guys later.